Virginia.
VA, what you do for a living?
I'm a realtor, a hairstylist, and I would say a chef, but I'm not like professionally trained. So I guess with a cook, okay? We'll say a cook.
Okay. So
But
Sheikah, VA, realtor, hairstylist, a cook. How old are you, love?
I'm 45.
Okay, you look younger. I thought you were younger. Do you have any
Thank
kids?
you. Yes, I have a 23-year-old daughter. She's in college. I have a 15-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter.
23-year-old, a 15-year-old son, and a 14-year-old daughter?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Oh, you have 3 kids.
Yes, 3.
Okay. Are they all by the same man?
2 are by the same man. I had one at 22, and then my other 2, once I got married at 26, I had those 2.
Okay. When did you get divorced?
In 2016.
2016. Okay. So Sheikah, 45, Pisces, VA, a realtor, a hairstylist, and a cook. Mom to 3, by 2 men. One was her ex-husband. What kind of man you looking for, Sheikah?
First thoughts, family. Not a bad looking lady. 45, 3 kids, 2 men, and I don't know. Every time you ask her a question, she can't never answer the question. It gotta be a story of how old did your kids? Well, one is almost. How many kids you got? I have one who is. You got 3 kids.
I'm looking for someone who they gotta love God first. Definitely love God, because without God, it's just like everything else is just a wrap. I need someone who can definitely lead me. I'm tired. I'm tired of being the strong one. I'm tired of being in charge. I'm tired of being, like this independent black one. I'm tired, baby. I'm ready to just say somebody say they got it, and I'm good with that. I do need a man who's strong because, of course, for all of my different careers, most of them, a lot of people know me. So I don't need a man who's weak, who is going to accuse me. I need somebody who's confident in who they are. So I guess I would say a very confident man, no one who's insecure, love God, and just someone who could set me up, take me to the next level.
Okay. Was your ex-husband like that?
No, he was not. It was a whole build a man situation. I'll never do that again, okay? Never. You don't even want me,
Okay.
Dad, you don't even want me to talk about that, because we divorced because he slept with my best friend. But that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show, honey.
How'd you find out?
Girl, I prayed on it.
So you've been taking care of some dude, and now you think you get ready to come here and tell men you want to be taken care of? That's not how it works. You start taking care of dudes, you keep taking care of dudes. All right, you don't come over here and get taken care of after you've just been taking care of some dude. You crazy? You think I'm slow? Maybe you think I was born last night or this morning. If you was just taking care of a dude, you're gonna keep taking care of a dude. All right? Because you think he cute. I think he a loser. And if you was just taking care of that loser, you damn sure gonna come over here and take care of this winner. You ain't gonna stop. You think you was just taking care of some joker and now I'm gonna take care of you? Did you lose your mind? I hope you ain't coming on here asking no man to take care of you after you done been taking care of some man. No, you don't have the right to stop. You start taking care of men, know that we think you should keep taking care of men.
Okay, so let me get into the story real quick. I'll make it quick. So we had got separated in early 2015. I went on a women's retreat at my church. And when I came back, he was like, he wanted a break. And I'm like, a break? And that had never happened. We had never been on break since we'd been going together. So he said he wanted a break.
Was he your husband at the time?
He was my husband. So
how do you get a break from your husband? Okay, continue.
I mean, to me.
So if you listen to this nonsense, right? She ain't do nothing. He just came home and wanted he her husband. And if she ain't did nothing, she just been a good girl. And he just came home and wanted a break. Okay.
I'm taking a break at separation. You want to be separated. Right. I didn't take it as a break, like, because a break, you ain't going to do what you want to do and come back with me. So I consider us separated. We lived really nice at the time. We owned 5 businesses. I had just got our first $1 million contract for one of our businesses. Like, we were doing really, really well. So anyway, for a couple of months we were separated, and I just felt something. I had this anxiety. I could not knock, and I couldn't catch him in nothing. He would come and visit the kids, but he would just act like he was just a drop in. It was like no connection with us at all. So I was like, Lord, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of living with all this anxiety. At this point, I had lost so much weight, and I was just like, Lord, show me. So I'm not lying. Just like I'm hearing your voice right now, I was on the couch and God was like getting his email. So I got on, I was trying to break Google. Man, baby, Google is hard as hell to break.
And she a lunatic. She trying to break Google. All right, for some dude that already told her to beat it. Listen, she chasing this dude. Listen, don't forget that this dude told her, listen, this her story about he told her to get on about her business. You know how this go. You would have told her the same thing, fellas. You see why already? Look, and now she can't take it. All right, she one of them chicks that do everything she can to get left. And then when you leave her, she just can't understand it. You done something to her. Now it's, you know what I'm saying? No. Listen, I wouldn't buy much of this story if I was you.
I was getting in Google, and I was like, they gave me a number to call. So I called the lady. I was like, lady, listen, they got a hit out on my husband. I think somebody want to kill him. I think he may be dead. He haven't been home in 3. Listen, hey, you're desperate. I got to do what I got to do. I said, he has to be home in 3 days. I think they've killed him, please. And she was like, is it your email? I said, it's his phone, but it's my email. And she came back. She was like, unfortunately, I can't do it. I said, okay, sorry. I said, thank you so much. Have a good day. And she was like, okay. When I hung up, it said, reset your passcode. I said, oh, this.
Bro, she run these stories to women who ain't gonna ask her no questions. I got a whole lot of questions. We'll be here all day. All right, listen, because the story just so questionable. I know why. It's not the truth. It's her fault.
I reset the passcode, right? So I was like, JCP, seeing like stores and stuff. I'm like, I know I ain't do all this for nothing. At the top, Google Hangout, it said 2,000 and some images of Google Hangout. I clicked it. Before the picture could resolute, I knew her body. So that was that. And that weekend, my son was at her house. So I had to go. I only saw one picture. If I had seen all the pictures, I probably would have really I'd be in jail right now. But I had only seen one picture at the time. So I had to go to her house.
Keep in mind, this a man who left her. All right, he not with her no more. He come by and she said he don't even talk to her. He just check on the kids and keep it moving. And you know why, fellas? Because she the type that if you talk to her, she want to start a problem with you. So the best thing is to not deal with her at all. You already know what this is. This her story. And they always professional victims, ain't they?
It was just a big old deal. She was married. We were neighbors. She was in my wedding. I was in her wedding. We were tied in.
So what did you say to her when you got to the house?
I just opened the door and I was just like, Neek, bring your ass down these steps. I said, you up and my husband. And she was like, what? And she was like, girl, are you crazy? We're like sisters. Your mom raised my baby. I would never do nothing like it to you. She tried to hug me. I was like, girl, I seen the pictures. Like, get the, I'm gonna whoop yo, I was like heated. My son was crying. The only thing that stopped me that day was my son was crying, and her kids, one of her kids or my godkids, my godchild, and she was crying. They were screaming, looking down at me. That's the only thing that kind of brought me back to reality. And then it was for a second I had to realize that this ain't worth my life. He already done. But it's like the man, he's still a man, but I expected so much out of her. Like, I could be done with him and never look back. But I thought you was my sis. Like, come on now. That's as low as you can go. It's so many dudes you can sleep with. But your friend's husband? And he ain't had nothing. I'm like, girl, if you only knew he only had peanuts, I was making him look good. But, you know, I never embarrassed him or I never brought attention to it. So people thought that we were balling on account of him. Girl, everything was mine. When he left, everything was mine. I almost had to pay him alimony.
Family, I wouldn't believe much of that. All right, if I was you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much of that story I believe. But can't you see why he left? She one of them chicks who keep bossing up on him because he don't have much. And then try to tell him, gaslight him and tell him he intimidated by her and he can't handle her. All right, she thinks she gonna go to him running this boss stuff on him because he ain't making a whole bunch of money. And then when he's sick of that and go find him somebody else, she can't understand why he ain't just gonna stay here and put up with this. All right, when he told you already he don't want to hear that shit. All right, you won't stop. You can't stop. And you think you keep pressing the issue because you think you running shit. And you not. You ain't never gonna be. Not when you dealing with a man. And I don't care if he don't have nothing. I don't care if he don't have nothing. He's still going to demand to be a man. He's still going to demand to be a man. If he get up and get his ass out here and go to work every day, he earned that. I don't care what he make. You care what he make. You need him to be this superstar. He fine with his job where he at. He ain't gonna go do all of this shit so he can get you. He don't need 5 businesses and 12 businesses so he could get you. You tripping. You lost your mind. Girl, you need to come back to reality. They need to grow up. Y'all need to start telling each other the truth. She lying. You sat there and listened to this nonsense.
Because I was the provider.
Shout out Israelite. Shout out Israelite. Israelite 1865 said she's too damn mouthy. She will never shut up. Never, bro. You're going to be in hell if that's going to be your woman.
So that's that.
Ooh, child, that was a lot. So that ended in what year?
That ended in 2016.
So now where do you stand with both of them? Do you have relationships with your best friend or your ex-husband?
My ex-husband, he's the devil. So I did try to keep a relationship for my children. So my children do keep in contact with him or whatever, but I don't do, like, he's not allowed him